Today, I want to talk a bit about technology because I love the concept of what the future might look like, what the current technology is like. And one thing I keep thinking a lot about recently is the idea of telerobotics. So, telecommunications, of course, people know that's just being able to talk to people across vast distances. But telerobotics is just the idea of is being able to control robots from a long distance away. There's also tele-socializing, I guess you could say, but I'll spiral back to that in a little bit. I do think that telerobotics can overlap a lot with the VTuber experience, just from the idea of seeing at conventions. You have iPads on sticks being brought around either by staff or being wheeled around on their own accord, being controlled by the VTuber. But taking it a step further, we also have cafes being ran by robots being controlled by people, such as seen in Japan. And while this is mainly for people who are unable to travel long distances or unable to leave the house, I think this could translate quite well to VTubing, as we've already talked about with the iPads. Being able to have a face with motion tracking, capture, that sort of thing, a bit more personality for the robots, I think is a wonderful next step. And we can also take it away from cafes and bring it into other ideas, such as general shopping for a checkout, or for a social experience like we're seeing in some bars and cafes, where it's less about having a robot serve you, but actually having companionship, someone to talk to. And imagine this sort of thing in an entertaining sense, whether it's for children or for older people or people just in general, who, as we get a bit more lonely as a society, being able to share that with somebody in a more physical sense rather than just through an iPad screen could be quite a nice benefit. One day we might have telerobotics that could literally shake a hand or give a hug if somebody needs it. Of course, telerobotics isn't just used for socializing. It's also used for dangerous work environments, such as working in space, working underwater, or working in any really hazardous locations, really. But I like to focus on the VTubing aspect of socializing and be able to share your character. Such as imagine just being able to go and see your regular VTuber at a cafe between like the hours of 9 and 4 or something. Like, you know when to see them, they're on a regular schedule. And it could be a good way for people to find a job that encapsulates their hobby, their socializing, whilst also helping those who are feeling particularly vulnerable in our society. But that's just my very quick thoughts about VTubing and telerobotics. I think we have such a unique perspective, being able to just jump on a computer and be anywhere in the world. I think having more opportunities for us to share that, whether it's socializing, whether it's working. And this is mainly after seeing the Vexpo, the in-person iPads, seeing VTubers getting carried around the convention was really, really fun. But I would love to see them have a bit more control over it, over themselves. And I have seen, of course, the little wheelie ones. Anyway, rambling again. I'm going to stop here. Thanks for the short listen. Ta-da!